All right, so I've been wanting to do this video for a while, and it's fitting. I should have probably just played blues guitar throughout the whole video. So it's about the downfall and demise of none other than Sam Ash. This is near and dear to my heart. So you probably know a little bit more about my background. Is I was raised in New York City. I was raised in Queens, and I went to a school called Our Lady Queen of Martyrs. For any of you who may be watching that are in the New York area, I grew up in Queens, and on Queens Boulevard was a Sam Ash. And so every day, Our Lady Queen of Martyrs was like first to eighth grade. I did that, and I went to all boy high school called Archbishop Muller afterwards. A little bit too much info there, but in any event, though, I used to go to Sam Ash routinely, maybe 3, 4, 5 days a week after school. Myself and my best friend, Andrew, I'm not going to say his last name, but he actually texted me the day that he got the article that Sam Ash was no longer going to be there and there's all these deals going on. And it's kind of like for me, it's like part of me just sort of died with the store, to be honest with you. Music stores, guitar stores, I call them, because I obviously they sell other things, not just guitars. It's just part of my DNA, period. It's always been since I was a kid, and obviously it is as an adult. This whole channel was founded on me going to guitar centers and then just trying guitars that I was interested in buying. And so I've always had a love of all types of guitar stores, high-end boutique stores, classical stores, you name it. Out here in Massachusetts, the Music Emporium, Guitar Centers, Mr. Music, I can name them, Maple Street Guitars when I traveled in Atlanta. And Sam Ash was the beginning of where all of this stuff started. So a part of me went away when Sam Ash, or no, I found out, I just kind of like ignored it. I did buy things there, but most of the salespeople, I had no money growing up. They were pretty nice and let me play things I could never ever afford. If an art shop ever came through there and I had a little bit of a skill at back then, I would play it. And one of the things about physical locations is that, for the most part, the people who work there are musicians, and they've always been helpful. Okay, so all of these different stores, there's different flavors. Music Emporium is very different than Mr. Music, but at the end of the day, they're people trying to make a living, and they're all great, 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 employees and great, great people. A lot of good friends made there. So now, why did Guitar Center, not Guitar Center? Oh my God, maybe that's a Freudian slip. Why did Sam Ash close? I think it's really basic. It's not very, very complicated to me. There are basically three reasons why a lot of retail stores, physical locations are going away, right? So at the end of the day, that's what a guitar store is, a physical location. It's a brick and mortar. The three reasons are obviously economic pressure and inflation. That's the first one. The second one is perhaps the biggest one, which is changing consumer habits and the rise of online shopping. At the end of the day, it's about the Sweet Waters of the world, and just the way the consumer is currently buying, guitars. And then the last one is more incumbent on that retailer, and it's more or less you can kind of word it as strategic missteps, and the failure of, say, Sam Ash and other physical brick and mortar locations, their failure to pivot strategy, just change strategy in light of the consumer buying behavior. So the second one is the big one, and that's the one I'll focus on. But it goes without saying that my first point, which is economic pressure and inflation, that affects everything. Prices are going up. It's very, very challenging. And then you see things like even at the lower end of things like Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. Those things are there's closings from that perspective, but just things are going up. So that has an impact on it. And so people's monies are pinched. So they're buying less. Let's just put it that way. Right now, if you go to a physical guitar store, I've been to the guitar centers, there is tons and tons and tons of inventory because people are just not buying. It's not a seller's market, it's a buyer's market. Don't want this to be economics 101, but it really is. I'm seeing things at not Daddy's, at Music Go Around, a lot of inventory of everything from Strats to Les Pauls and things of that nature. So people are not buying, people are selling, and then they're holding on to that. So prices are coming down as a result of that. So, but anyway, there's economic pressure and inflation. The cost of other goods go up when there's inflation. But in any event, though, The second one is the most important one: changing consumer habits and the rise of the of online shopping. Basically, you have the Sweetwaters of the world. You have, musicians friends, and all you've got eBay, you've got Gbase, you've got Reverb, you've got basically all of these online avenues and ways that people can purchase instrument and can consume guitars. And the second and third reasons that Sam Ash went under, which was like the third one, which is their lack thereof to kind of pivot their strategy to kind of address this, affects it. So I want to talk a little bit more about the consumer behavior. I thought that would never really happen with guitars, and again, I was just looking at my experience, my love of physical guitar stores. That's not the way my boys were raised and kids nowadays. Everybody's accustomed to just going online and at a click, getting their computer sent to them online, getting strings sent to them online, getting a TV sent to them. And they that's the way they're wired. Um, I thought that guitars were something that I love guitar stores. I like going in there. I like looking at them. I like smelling them. I like touching them. That experience virtually is not the same. I'll go online. Yes, I'm on reverb.com, I'm on eBay, I'm on Gbase, I'm all over the place, right? But at the end of the day, my first love is the physical guitar stores. I love the mom and pops, neighborhood stores. I love like Mr. Music. I love going there. I love the high-end boutiques of the Music Emporium, Maple Street Guitar. I love them. I just absolutely love them. And so to me, that experience is much, 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 much more fulfilling than just looking at it online and going to YouTube and watching somebody play the guitar and trying to get a sense of what it sounds like, whether I'd like it or not, and things like that. I know personally I'd more likely to buy if I'm in store, and it'll be impulsive from that perspective. So I thought most people would be like me, but they're not. Okay, I'm an old dude now. Okay, young kids and even older people now, the online buying behavior, they're accustomed to it, and they're very, very comfortable doing it. And so as a result of that, it's very, very, very easy for them to do that. And then Sam Ash was one of those places that did not adhere to that philosophy. So I think at the end of the day, their failure to pivot from the online marketing resulted in them having to shut their door down. And I think if you kind of think about what's going to be the perfect mixture, to me, the perfect mixture is going to be something like maybe 60-40, 70-30, because I do think there's always going to be a place for physical location. But, retailers just have to get it right. If you look at other types of markets, like take, for example, these are not Warby Parkers, but I have Warby Parker glasses. That was started as a pure online business. So was Harry's Razors, right? And then what you then saw is that eventually they started having brick and mortar locations as well. But obviously, this bulk of the business is still being done online. But I think really smart retailers realize there has to be a place for a physical location for people to sometimes return things, to try it out. You don't want to wait 1 to 2 days to try some things, or even 3-4 days depending upon backlog. You want to get in your car and see that. So I think that's why I think that mixture will occur. So, but anyway, sad way thing when Sam Ash has gone under. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I kind of started this thing with this guitar because even my purchasing behaviors have changed. I bought this guitar online. I bought it through Guitar Center, and I bought it, and I thought I would never buy a guitar that was this expensive online. I thought I had to try it. I did that. I had to do all this stuff, right? But if an online retailer has a good return policy, you're more likely to want to try it at home. Some people don't feel comfortable with being in stores. They think it's like a referendum on their guitar skill level. They want to be at home trying it at the comfort of with their gear, playing their types of music, what they want to play on that. It's not about showing off and going into a Guitar Center or some other physical location just to say, hey, look at my chops and look at what I can do. So I can definitely see why some people just still prefer online, just based upon things of that nature. So in any event, though, however you get the guitar, still buy the guitars. Always get a setup, practice and practice and practice and practice some more. because you know it means nothing if you buy these things and you don't play with these beautiful instruments. All right then, thank you for watching this long video, and as usual, practice, practice, and practice some more.